Hi, I'm Matthew Hurst, Product Line Manager at Belden. And today we're going to take a closer look at the benefits and features of our new 1U and 2U FX ECX Patch Panel system. Today, I'll be demonstrating the features on both the ECX 1U and 2U housings, but please note that the only differences between these two modules is the height, as all functionality and feature sets are otherwise identical between the two units. For installation of the ECX 1U or 2U, we actually have this open slotted mounting bracket that you can see here. It's open at the bottom, which allows me to preset my screws on the rack, rest it on, and then tighten the rest of my screws. And I'll show you as such. As you can see, it's now sitting on the screws. I can go ahead and tighten my bottom screws, also fix my top screws, and installation is complete. So continuing on with the features and benefits of the ECX 01U and 02U, you'll see that we have a see-through door which allows instant visibility for inspection and troubleshooting without disturbing the housing. This door can also be removed. There's a clip right here which we compress, and this door will slide completely off. You'll notice this door actually has uneven pins, so one pin is slightly longer than the other, which makes reinstalling the door much easier. I'll align my long pin, gives me some play to align my short pin, and I can snap the door right back on. These trays also slide out to an intermediate locking position, which allows accessing the ports at top of rack becomes a much easier endeavor. We also have our patch cord management clips, which you can see here. And these trays also slide out completely by compressing these orange latches. And this allows for ease of maintenance and fiber routing. We also know through voice of customer research that some installers prefer no moving and sliding parts whatsoever within the fiber hardware. So we've actually designed a slot for a screw to be installed, which will disable all sliding functionality within the housing, including the removable top covers. Labeling is stored within the top cover of the housing and uniquely pulls out and pivots on the top latch for ease of use. This labeling is similarly available on the rear of the housing, as the rear cover is identical to the front cover. The top front cover also pulls off completely to allow unimpeded access to the interior of the housing. You'll see here we compress these two latches, and that front cover comes completely off. This is again symmetrical to the rear of the housing, where the top cover and the rear cover are removed in the exact same fashion. The rear door of the ECX platform can also be removed without tools. Simply open. There's a metal latch which you need to compress just a little bit to deform it, and that door pulls completely off. Notice again that we do have the uneven pins, slightly longer and slightly shorter, which allows you to align those pins to get the door back on the housing. So we also have a removable tray from the rear, so symmetrical to the front can also be removed from the rear. You'll pull it out. Again, it does have an intermediate locking position, which will give you better access to the ports at top of rack. And by compressing the orange latches on either side, this tray can be removed completely out of the housing and placed on your workbench to perform your splicing and routing. Reinserting the tray is as easy as you take it out. You simply slide it in and lock it into place. ECX 1U and 2U come with two external strain relief brackets which allow you to strain relieve the cables prior to routing into the patch panel. External strain relief is installed through two screws on each side of the housing. And this is similarly done on the other side. Note that there is a right and left-hand side, so this strain relief bracket will not align properly. You need to make sure that you have the right strain relief bracket on the appropriate side. Next, we'll talk about internal strain relief brackets. So these internal strain relief brackets can be moved to accommodate cable entry from either side of the housing. And these are installed by hand starting a spring-loaded screw, and you can then fully tighten it down using a Phillips head screwdriver, like so. And again, similarly, this internal strain relief bracket can be put on the other side of the housing. Next, we'll talk about the segmented routing guides within the ECX platform. These allow you to keep fiber bundles segregated and can be reconfigured to meet routing needs. Note that these are dual-sided, so there are 2 separate compartments within each clip, and this just gives you more versatility and more flexibility within your fiber routing in the housing. They install as such, simply require a 1/4 turn, and they are fixed and ready to go. Note that they can be put in various mounting locations throughout the housing, and again, this simply contributes to the versatility that you're afforded as far as fiber routing within the ECX platform. And there you have it. Next, we have intermediate strain relief brackets, which secures transitions from subunits or buffer tubes to 900 micron fiber and allows easy access to individual units during troubleshooting. These install similarly to the segmented routing clips that we saw earlier and require a 1/4 turn like that. So switching from frames to cassettes is a very easy process within the ECX platform. No need for extra components or rails. You'll see here, we actually have the rails molded directly into the housing chassis, and this allows for an effortless switch. You'll see here, we can switch from a frame immediately to a cassette without the need for any extra hardware. And a hallmark of the ECX platform is our symmetry of design, which allows us to install or remove cassettes from both the front or the rear of the housing. To learn more about the ECX platform, please visit our product pages at www.belden.com/ECX for information and downloads. Thanks for watching.